You are listening to Savage Bites, True Horror, Episode 3, Volume 1. We moved into a new place, built around 1930, and sometime in the 1970s, it had had a fire. My 3-year-old, at the time, started running around the house and playing hide and seek with himself. Kids weren't allowed in our room, but our room was on the first floor, and the closet was actually the underside of the stairs. He kept running in there and shouting, "Found you, hide better." We didn't think much of it. New house, kids have imaginary friends. Until that night when he asked if Sam could sleep in his room. He said she was lonely, but they're friends now, so she can sleep with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the closet anymore. No one else ever saw her, and weird things really happened. We moved a year later, and except for the day after we moved, he asked if she can come too. He has never spoken of her again. Two. 3 times in my life I have awoken to see the same golden grid projected on my wall. Twice in my youth, and once more a few years ago. It resembles a projection of light that has passed through a yellow patterned glass. But that's not likely, because my first bedroom didn't have windows. The light didn't move, and when I placed my hand in it, the light did not project onto it. It fades after about 1 minute, and I go back to sleep. 3. I was probably 9 years old in about 1995. At the time, all the schools and parents were warning us of stranger danger. It seemed like a lot of kids were getting kidnapped because they were being tricked into helping the kidnappers find a lost pet. One day, I was out riding my bike alone on our street, a fairly populated street, lots of kids out playing and whatnot. And a green 2-door car pulled up with a woman driving and a guy in the passenger seat. The guy calls out the window to me, "Hey kid, we've lost our dog, can you help us find her?" I can still remember the feeling I felt. It was like sirens were going off, and I thought for a split second that this was it. I was going to be kidnapped. A rush of what felt like burning hot adrenaline shit through my body. I felt like I could hear everything 10 times louder and see everything 10 times better. I've never felt anything like that before. I hopped off my bike, pulled the front tyre up so I could turn around faster, and booked it home. I was shaking, and tears were pouring down my face, even though I wasn't crying. I got home and told my mum what had happened. She called the police, but I'm not sure if the people were ever caught. Crazy. 4. I was alone in my house with my stepdad. I went to the bathroom, and when I sat down on the toilet, that's when I saw someone was trying to open the door. I pushed it and said, "Occupied." But whatever was on the other side kept trying to open the door. I called my stepdad, and I heard him from the kitchen saying, "Yeah?" At that point, I was terrified. It suddenly stopped. I checked the whole house for anyone other than my stepdad, but didn't find anybody. I went to the other bathroom after that and used that. Still don't know what the hell was at the other side of the door. 5. Someone attempted to kidnap me in a park. Thankfully, I was 13 and a little smarter then. He came up to me and grabbed my wrists and kept screaming, "You're coming with me!" I don't think his grip was too hard because I was able to rip away, and I ran super fast away. Gave a statement to the police, and he was arrested. 6. When I was about 5, I was visiting my grandma in the city with my mum, dad, and sister. We were walking toward the city centre, so it was pretty crowded. I remember letting go of my dad's hand and then feeling him grab back hold of it a few moments later. I kept walking, I don't know how far. I hear my dad shouting from behind me and grabbing my other arm, I hear him say, "Sorry." And I look up and I realise I was holding hands with an old man that I didn't know. My dad assumed that I'd accidentally grabbed onto the man's hand, thinking he was my dad. I remember him pulling me away, all embarrassed. I was just thinking, but the man grabbed my hand. So basically, I think some guy tried to snatch me out of a crowded area. I still don't understand why my dad thought I'd grabbed onto his hand. My parents were normally quite paranoid about strangers. He must have been distracted when talking to my grandma. 7. I had a friend stay the night. We were the only ones upstairs in my bedroom getting ready to go to sleep. We were probably around 12 years old. I don't remember what we were talking about before she asks me, "Do you know what will make the devil mad?" I said no. She said, "To tell him that God loves him." So we both said it out loud. "Hey devil, God loves you." It was not even 10 seconds after that. There was a deep, loud, rumbling laughter coming from under the bed. We were so scared, we did not move until the sun came up. We'll never forget that.